So I've made it up to Lake 5. My original plan was to go around to the back of the lake, but it was just too dangerous. There was too much snow in the cracks, and climbing over all the rocks with my big day pack just wasn't working out. So I'm just gonna fish here. I found a good spot. I talk about patterns. I'm gonna be fishing a weighted nymph. It's really windy. There's like 20-mile-an-hour winds coming off those rocks. So I'm shortened up my leader to about 6 feet. And I'm gonna see if I can get away with that. I'm gonna get away with the shortest leader as possible because it's hard in the wind. I'm gonna do a lot of roll casting. There's a little inlet stream here. And on top of that, there's the wind blowing in. So this is special regulation waters, and you have to use artificial barbless only. I'm only going to be fishing jigs and flies today. When I fish here, I like to just fish single hook barbless. Any jigs you use can't have any scent, and I think I will do just fine with what I got. I'm using the same weighted nymphs you saw me use in the fly fishing Vernon. I'm going to use this guy first, this little beadhead, and I'm going to try to muscle it out there. The advantage to these really windy, howly days is the water is really choppy, so if you can get it out there, a lot of times the fish really can't, they won't really worry about that short leader, but we'll see. We'll see how far I can get it. I haven't casted yet. This is my first cast. Let's see what we got here. Do a little stripping. Nothing yet. That wasn't very encouraging. There we go. There's one right there. He came right up and nailed it. This is a nice golden trout right here, and he's running. Usually when you catch golden trout, they're a lot smaller, but you'll see the fish I catch here are going to be a lot of 12, 4. Ooh, he came off. Darn it. It's barbless, but you're going to see me catch a lot of 12 and 14 inchers. See if I can't get another guy. They're biting. I'm just not setting the hook. There we go. There we go. That's a nice golden right there. He's running. This water's ice cold. The snow just melted. Oh yeah, that's a nice golden trout right there. Let's get him up here and see what it's like. Get out of that rock, boy. Whew. Okay. This is a golden trout. Right there. There's your gold. It's got the nice orange belly. It's about a 11, 12 incher. That's a nice golden right there. This is one of the only lakes you can keep fish in. But I don't really like to eat golden trout. To me, they taste kind of fishy, so I don't eat them. Yeah, they're into this thing. I can see them coming after it. There's one right there. There's one right there. Ah, he's a little guy, but he's fighting. I gotta get my hands wet. You always want to get wet hands when you handle fish. This is a little guy. Oh, there's one. Next cast, immediately. Second hit the water. It is wide open here, baby. Let's see. This is a nice one. This is one of those fish that I got my tape measure for, so we can get it on the record. I'm gonna even use the net for this guy. This is about a 14-inch golden trout right here. Get in here. I want to land you. I got him. This is a big golden trout right here. Let me get an official measurement before I show him to you. This is I was hoping for a 16-incher today. That's a 14-incher right there. It's a 14-inch golden trout right there. I just measured him with the tape measure. I'll have other chances to show you closer. That measures 14 inches right there. That is a beautiful golden trout. A lot of people fish a lot of years without catching a 14-inch golden. Let's get him back in the water so he can spawn, reproduce. That thing was 14 inches. I clipped it right where he was. No worries. There'll be more 14 inches today. My goal is to catch a 16-inch golden trout today. I've seen him in here. I've lost him, but I've never landed one. There's one. He's not a trophy, but he's nice. He's fighting. I like it. I got this nice little grassy area over here where I can land these fish. He's a little guy. Little guy mean 10 inches, which is a nice golden in a lot of lakes. Oh, he came off. Got to get him back in the water. Get back in there, son. Get back in there, boy. Get back in that lake, boy. There's one. That's a good fish right there. It's not my 16-incher, but it's another 14-incher. And in golden trout speak, that's a big golden trout. This is what a 13-inch golden trout looks like. Woo. There's one. He's a little guy. I wet my hand on the rock. Get him up here. Let's see what we can get going over here. He's a little guy. I'm not even gonna waste your time. Ooh. See, I'm just popping this thing in. I'm just stripping it. And then I let it sit for a second, and then right when it gets to the end, I'm just pull it in a little bit so that if anything's been following it, it can come up and grab it. A lot of trout fishing is making adjustments. You know, sometimes you want to pull it and don't jerk it so much. Sometimes you want to fish slower. It really depends. These fish are really aggressive in this wind. Ooh, there's a nice one right there. Just when I was ready to throw in the towel. Ooh, he's nice. That guy's fighting. I don't think he's 16, but he's a definite 13, 14 candidate. Ooh, yeah. He's jumping a little bit. Let's get him on up on this grass. There we go. That's a nice golden trout right there, boy. Look at that. Let's get that hook out of him. Let's get a measurement. 13 inches. That's a nice 13-inch rainbow. I mean, golden. Oh. And you know they're gonna get back safe because I got them on this nice little grassy flooded thing. But there you go. That is a really nice golden trout right there. I mean, how many can I show you? Ooh, he hit that thing like a ton of bricks. It's fun just to even get the right. If you've never fly fished and you want to start fly fishing, the first couple fish you catch on a fly rod is always fun. But I'm telling you, weighted nymphs, in my opinion, are going to outperform dry flies in alpine lakes any day. You know, you can employ these tactics in any lake. You know, sometimes you'll catch them, sometimes you won't. If you can find this shape, this really windy pattern, find some reasonably deep water, find a creek mouth or something. You know, you just gotta use your imagination and you can find some fish. The moral of the story is I'm using 4-pound test. I've got nothing but the simplest knots. I'm using a short leader, and as you can see, As long as you know where to look for the fish and what to use, you'll catch fish. You don't need fancy unless you want it. The important thing is just to get out here and give it a try. If you've always wanted to try fly fishing, you know, an alpine lake is a good place to go mess around, and you might not catch everything. You know, there's days when I go out and they're just not hitting. There's one right there. Ooh, that's a nice golden right there. It's a 15-incher right there. That is a big, no, it's a 14-incher, I'm sorry. That is a big golden trout.